Well, hey everybody, Dr. Buell here with another episode of Revive Videos. If you follow the hashtag in this video, hashtag Revive Videos, you'll find a collection of videos that I've done over the months and over the years having to do with helping our patient community and our community online manage disorders or just enhance the quality of their life. Not just through specific scientific upper cervical chiropractic care, but sometimes through other avenues as well. And today, I'd like to review something we've been talking about all week long, and that is this thing called the brain-gut axis. Kind of an intense sort of a term, right? The brain-gut axis. And what it basically means is that you have this communication between your brain and your stomach. You actually have a nervous system kind of separate and distinct inside of your stomach called the enteric nervous system, or the second brain. Your main brain is in your head, but the enteric nervous system is a pretty important collection of nerves that monitors and maintains and regulates your digestive system. And these two nervous systems communicate with each other, the parent nervous system of the central nervous system and your digestive nervous system, your enteric nervous system. The communication and regulation that goes between your brain and your stomach is really important. Now, you may have heard me say in the past before the terms above, down, inside, and out. And basically what we understand is that all life and function starts in the brain, and that's above. It goes down the spinal cord, out over the nerves to every cell and tissue in your body, and that's what's responsible for keeping you alive and keeping you healthy. So the above, down, inside, out principle is just the way the body works. So when we look at this communication pathway, we're going to start with the big brain, with the central nervous system, okay? That brain has all these extensions, these nerves. And one of the biggest nerves is called the vagus nerve, the long wanderer. It's the 10th cranial nerve, and it goes out of your head down and communicates with and helps to regulate the baby brain, the little brain, the digestive brain, right? And what most people don't realize is that this vagus nerve will influence a lot of the function of your stomach. It influences the motility, how fast or how slow food goes through your digestive tract. It influences enzyme secretion, so how well do you digest the food that you eat? Or does that food sit in your belly for too long and you get bloated? It influences the blood flow. Pretty important stuff there. If you were ever told as a child not to go swimming after you eat, the reason that's smart advice is because when you go and you do athletics, all of the blood flow is going to go out of your stomach and into your arms and your legs. And if you don't have adequate blood flow into your stomach, what happens? You get cramps, you get pains in your stomach. So blood flow controlled by the vagus nerve, influenced by the brain, pretty important. And nutritional uptake. Enzyme secretion helps with the uptake of the nutrition. It helps you digest and actually get the nutrients that you want to get. So do you think it's important for the brain to clearly be able to communicate with the stomach through the vagus nerve? You're darn straight it's important. Very often people get subluxations of the spine, misalignments that create an irritation to that communication pathway. In children, that can lead to bloating. It can lead to gassiness, acid reflux. In adults, we'll see that turn into irritable bowel syndrome and even a decrease in the immune function and autoimmune diseases. So pretty important to keep that line of communication. Now here's where the vicious cycle starts to kick in. If your digestive system is suffering because you were in an injury as a child and now that nerve going down, the vagus nerve, is not doing its job, so the digestive system is not working right. Now the digestive system can't do what it's designed to do, which is not only to digest your food, but to communicate with your brain. The digestive system sends signals back up to the brain, very often through neurotransmitters. It actually manufactures neurotransmitters for your brain, right? So the digestive system helps to make glutamate, dopamine, GABA. Serotonin is your happy pill, so to speak. Serotonin keeps you happy. But what happens when someone has these digestive issues? Very often they also just happen to get fatigue, depression, anxiety, and lingering concussion symptoms. It's why a person who is looking to enhance the quality of their brain health should make sure that their digestive system is calmed down. So maybe they need to go on a water fast. Maybe they need to change up their diet and get rid of the gluten and the grains and the dairy. But first and foremost, we need to make sure that there's no misalignment at the neck pressing on the vagus nerve, shutting down the digestive system. And by the way, when you clean up and correct the subluxations, the misalignments in the neck, not only do we clean up the vagal tone going from the brain down, but we literally open up the blood vessels going in and out of the skull in a lot of ways. So can we start to get an idea? I just want to give you an idea of two things. Number one, the communication between your brain and your stomach is really important for the quality of health in your brain and in your stomach. And so there's a couple different ways that you can manage yourself if you're having a brain issue, a neurological issue, or a digestive issue. And the common denominator is the spine. The spine wraps all these nerves up. So whether the communication is going down or whether the communication is coming up, we need to make sure that we have a healthy spine. Otherwise, these lines of communication can get clogged, they can get interfered with, and we can end up with chronic issues over time. So that's what these videos are all about. Click on them, check them out, and if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section, and probably most importantly, share them. You never know, if you know somebody, you may have somebody that's in your circle of influence that may be dealing with one of these or many of these disorders, and they may never have known to actually look at the spine to see if it's interfering with the communication between the brain and the digestive system, and the digestive system back up to the brain. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for joining me. We will see you next time on another Revive video. Bye now.